Hello everyone, in today's video we're tackling a growing crisis that's wreaking havoc on communities across America: feral hogs. These invasive animals, notorious for their insatiable appetites and destructive behavior, cause an estimated $2.5 billion in damages annually. From tearing up farmland to destroying ecosystems, the southern U.S. states alone face $65 million in losses each year. What's driving the feral hog invasion, and how can communities fight back? Drop a comment below as we explore the scale of the devastation and uncover the most effective solutions. I never thought I'd be the one holding a rifle hunting feral hogs at night. Up until now, that was always a job for professional hunters. Me, I just wanted a quiet life in Texas, USA, growing corn, raising a few goats. But then the feral hog showed up, tearing through my fields right before harvest. Every night we'd hear them rooting, smashing fences, destroying everything. I couldn't take it anymore. None of us could just stand by. In Texas, feral hogs are now public enemy number one. So we decided to organize a nighttime hunt to tackle the problem. After a day of ravaging fields, feral hogs often retreat to the woods to rest. We entered the forest at midnight, one hand gripping a rifle, the other pushing branches aside, trying to follow the dog's barks in the dark. Honestly, this is still pretty new to me, so every step is cautious. I can't afford to be careless. Suddenly, a dog flushed a hog out of the brush. No time to think, I raised my rifle and fired. The first shot was rushed. The hog spun and bolted, the hounds chasing close behind. It tired quickly. That was the chance I needed. I fired again and took down my first one. A few hundred meters later, I met up with Ashley, my teammate, on a gentle slope. Ashley pointed to the right. I looked and froze, spotting a massive feral hog lying nearby. Before I could react, the hog suddenly sprang up and charged straight at Ashley. I yelled, "Watch out," before firing rapidly. It all happened in a split second, but luckily the gunfire spooked it and it fled. Ashley and I stared in the direction it ran, hearts pounding like they'd burst. Too close. That beast had to weigh at least 130 kilograms. One hit could seriously injure or even kill a grown adult. Still shaken from the encounter, Ashley and I soon spotted another hog just as massive. This time we were more cautious. We split up, taking positions on either side. Rifles aimed forward. As the hog charged between us, the air erupted with rapid gunfire. It should have been the perfect moment to take down another menace, but things moved too fast. The hog, sprinting at speeds up to 45 km/h, barreled down the slope and vanished. Despite the setback, Ashley and I didn't give up. We kept scouring the area. Before long, we heard the dogs barking from the northwest. No words needed, we both knew what it meant. After being charged by one hog and missing another, Ashley was fuming. He charged forward and with a clean shot, dropped the beast hiding in the brush. By dawn, the hounds were still going strong. I've got to say, I'm damn proud of them. Not only are they great at sniffing out feral hogs, but they also wear the pigs down during the chase. My job now was to finish the task. Boom. Another menace went down, a smooth, satisfying takedown.
Hey, what you got, bud?
I don't know if it was luck or not, but even though we only encountered lone hogs, each one was massive, fat, and round. Look at this one, probably at least 110 kilos. It seemed exhausted from the dog's chase, too worn out to stay alert to our rifles. This one was easy. I aimed right behind its head and fired without hesitation. It dropped on the spot. On another patch of land, Ashley and I kept spotting feral hogs. This time we quietly split up, taking ambush positions. I gripped my rifle, eyes locked on the brush ahead. Unable to wait any longer, I fired a shot to lure the prey out. It took the bait, and there was only one outcome. I fired and the hog collapsed. In Texas, my uncle's ranch was devastated by a herd of feral hogs in a single night. Despite being a seasoned hunter, the sheer number and boldness of the hogs left him helpless. With no other choice, he called our hunting team for support. After hashing out a plan, we started the hunt on his land. To lure the hogs, we set up automatic feeders. Drawn by the scent of food, the hogs quickly swarmed in, eagerly gobbling up everything. As they let their guard down, Maris calmly took her position, locked on her target, and fired. One clean shot, and she dropped the hog with incredible precision and confidence. Meanwhile, Inda, my friend, and I spotted a few other hogs lurking nearby. I moved closer, picked my target, and pulled the trigger. The bullet from my rifle hit the hog's body. In panic, it let out a shrill squeal before collapsing. Not a huge victory, but it felt amazing and got my adrenaline pumping. With our strength and numbers, we spread out across the area to maximize our chances. Each of us stayed razor-focused, aiming carefully and shooting swiftly, decisively. The mission: take down as many as possible before dark. The next afternoon, we continued hunting on the Texas ranch. As soon as we arrived, we came across a sizable group of adult feral hogs. They stood still, eyeing us warily. I quickly lined up a shot and fired. One shot, one hog dropped instantly. We moved to another preset feeder. The hogs hadn't noticed us, still caught in the invisible trap of their hunger. From a high vantage point, I took aim and waited for the perfect moment. One pull of the trigger and the sharp crack of the rifle rang out. The hog went down. We kept spreading bait and waited as the sun dipped lower. True to their nature, the greedy hogs couldn't resist the scent of food. Wherever they were, I crept closer, hiding behind brush, watching from a distance. When the target was in range, I pulled the trigger. One well-placed shot and a 110-kilo hog dropped on the spot. As dusk settled, we returned to the concealed hunting blinds for the final round. I picked a solid position, steadied my aim, and when the moment came, I fired. Executed perfectly. The shadowy figure collapsed and lay completely still. Texas, located in the southern United States, is renowned for its vast prairies and wild landscapes. The harsh natural conditions make it one of the ideal spots for hunting feral hogs. However, the complex terrain and hot, humid climate mean every hunt demands not just skill, but also real tests of patience and endurance. This time, the destination is a licensed hunting area in northern Texas. If it were, would you want to grab a rifle and hunt these feral hogs? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If no, leave a 5. As soon as we arrived, we quickly spread out to our lookout points, eyes scanning every direction. Look, they're down there. This time we let Alicia, the only woman in our group, take the shot. The 120-kilo hog dropped instantly, a clean kill marking a successful first day of hunting. A pre-built hunting blind kept me hidden from the hog's sight in the dust. Looking straight ahead, I spotted a small group of feral hogs. They weren't too big or numerous, but they were too engrossed in the bait we'd set to notice the danger. I adjusted my scope, locked on my target, and fired. A single shot rang out clearly. One hog was hit immediately. That meal turned out to be its last. The hunting area was vast, so Lloyd decided to hop in the truck and scout for better opportunities. Up ahead, we spotted an automatic feeder, definitely a hog hotspot. Lloyd parked, stepped out cautiously, and approached. As expected, the hogs were there, drawn by the scent of the bait. Finding the perfect angle, he held his breath, locked on his target, and fired. One precise shot. Another 115 kilos hog went down. As we were moving along a narrow path, we suddenly spotted some familiar shapes. A bunch of hogs, from piglets to adults, were grazing carelessly. I picked the biggest one, the most robust looking, and took aim. My heart was pounding, but I stayed calm. When it stepped into my sights, I pulled the trigger. Just like that, the 125-kilo hog dropped dead. A rush of triumph surged through me. Ahead was a freshly harvested field, completely open. A perfect spot for feral hogs to feed, but also ideal for an ambush. With an unobstructed view, the first target soon appeared. A lone hog trudged along the field's edge. I raised my rifle, aimed carefully, and fired. After a few shots, the 105-kilo hog took a hit and dropped on the spot. The early success boosted our spirits, but to find more targets, we shifted to the hilly area behind the field where the rugged terrain showed strong signs of feral hog activity. As soon as we arrived, I picked a high open vantage point for a better view. Before long, the next target appeared. It charged down the slope, trying to escape into the brush below. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, timed the shot, and fired. A burst of gunfire rang out. The 110-kilo hog took the hit and tumbled down the hill. After about an hour, we moved to a lower, flatter area to increase our chances of spotting targets from a distance. The hunting dogs were now truly proving their worth. With fewer obstacles, the dogs could easily track and chase their prey, but with sparse trees and cover, we had to be extremely cautious and absolutely silent. Feral hogs are sharp. If we weren't well hidden, they'd spot us and bolt instantly. I spotted another hog. It burst from the edge of the brush just 5 meters from my ambush point. The situation was sudden and intense. I immediately raised my rifle and fired. One clean shot. The 120 kilos hog took the hit, crashing into the ground, kicking up a cloud of dust. Through the haze, the hog lay still. The moment lasted only seconds, but felt like facing a ferocious predator. The hunt wasn't over. Sensing a rare opportunity, I quickly raised my rifle and fired. The bullet struck the neck of the 115-kilo hog. It staggered and collapsed without a chance to resist. By afternoon, I took position at the edge of the brush, gripping my rifle eyes, scanning every movement, ready for any surprise. Luckily, this ambush paid off big. With daylight running out, we made use of every minute. Staying calm, I stepped back to maintain a safe distance, then raised my rifle and fired. One precise shot, and the hog dropped instantly.
Now, Iranian insider sources confirm that Khamenei no longer uses cars too risky. His recent broadcasts are filmed in a studio with brown curtains and hazy portraits, a far cry from his traditional seat of power. Video analysts believe he has been relocated to a fortified complex, possibly linked to the IRGC's media center in central Tehran, likely positioned beneath or near it to avoid detection and escape the fate he's long feared martyrdom.
Before long, we split up cautiously, surveying the terrain step by step. Every tree and bush could conceal danger. 30 minutes passed in complete silence, but the tension kept rising. My finger rested on the trigger, ready to react to any threat. Suddenly, a rustle came from the brush ahead. It moved lightning fast, but my reflexes matched it. A shot rang out. The 125-kilo hog took the hit, stumbled a few steps, and collapsed. As we pressed forward, we unexpectedly ran into another group of feral hogs on the trail. A quick shot was fired, and just like that, we bagged another trophy. Realizing the forest was growing more dangerous as more feral hogs appeared, I quickly radioed John to warn him about a group heading his way. John instantly heightened his alertness eyes, scanning the area. Suddenly, the hogs charged across his path. Without hesitation, he pulled the trigger. A precise shot dropped a 130-kilo hog while the others vanished. Feral hogs aren't just ferocious, they're cunning, so none of us dared let our guard down for even a second. The barking of the hunting dogs and the shouts of my teammates ramped up the tension. Still, Cadale quickly regained his composure. When a target appeared, he seized the moment and fired, bagging another 120-kilo hog for the team. While the others stuck together, I ventured alone deeper into the heart of the forest. From a distance, I heard faint sounds. Footsteps, unmistakably the distinct shuffle of a feral hog. Sure enough, a dark shape burst out. Instinct kicked in. I fired instantly, dropping the 135 kilix target before I could even think. After the morning hunt success, we pressed on into the afternoon. This time we chose a forest closer to the ranch in Texas. To our surprise, an entire herd of hogs walked straight into our ambush. A colossal mistake on their part. A volley of gunfire erupted. One 110-kilo hog was taken down while the rest fled deeper into the forest. At the same time, Kadal patiently waited for his chance. His eyes darted across every corner of the forest. Something moved. Kadal instantly recognized the familiar shape, raised his rifle, locked on, and fired. Before the 125-kilo hog could react, the bullet hit its mark, dropping it hard. We got a report that a few feral hogs were heading toward the forest's edge. It took me just 2 minutes to reach the ambush point and get into position. The hunting dog's bark signaled the target was closing in. When it appeared, I pulled the trigger without hesitation. A powerful shot took down the 130-key hog instantly. And that's the full story of today's hunt. Did this hunt get you pumped? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Please support our channel with a like and subscribe. Goodbye and see you in the next video. Hey everyone, ever faced a predator with a bite force over 3,000 lbs, 5 times stronger than a lion's jaw? Oh, run, 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 run. Step into the world of Florida's fearless alligator hunters, where the line between life and death is as thin as a gator's fur-thick hide. With over 10,000 toothy monsters taking down, the battle between humans and these 15-foot-long reptiles is heating up.
Hey, buddy.
Is this a necessary hunt, or are we invading nature's turf? Drop comment number 1 and gear up for the adventure now.
Watch out, watch out.
Get down, Invasive. Right there.
Florida isn't just known for its unique native wildlife, it's also home to invasive species, including the region's most fearsome predator, the American alligator. Over the years, 95 alligator attacks have been recorded, with 20% proving fatal. Their lethal jaws, armed with 80 razor-sharp teeth, make them the most terrifying aquatic hunters. This makes alligators a serious threat to those living near rivers, lakes, and marshes in South Florida. As summer arrives, South Florida faces a harsh natural challenge. The rainy season brings ferocious storms with terrifying wind speeds of up to 120 mph. These storms sweep across the land, turning it into a vast ocean. Amid this natural chaos, and another danger silently emerges. Alligators, ancient predators, are swept from marshes into residential areas. They glide through flooded streets, turning every corner into a potential trap for local residents. Facing this emergency, authorities must act swiftly and decisively. Continuous warnings are issued while specialized teams relentlessly carry out alligator relocation campaigns. Amid this tense situation, authorities are forced to launch an urgent hunting campaign targeting the border between urban areas and marshes. Hunters equipped with modern weapons patrol day and night to prevent alligators from penetrating deeper into residential zones.
It's a big old crocodile.
Experienced hunters note that alligators often gather in marshy areas near canals at night when cooler weather draws them to the banks to hunt before returning to the water to rest. Understanding this behavior, hunters can quickly pinpoint their locations. Alligators with their highly acute senses can detect danger from the slightest sounds, making stealthy navigation through marshes critical. Hunters must move lightly and silently while maintaining heightened vigilance. After a 30-minute wait, the opportunity arises.
Another one. That's the one. I think that's the one more.
The alligators, lured by bait, emerge without hesitation. The hunter raises the rifle and aims for their weak points. A shot rings out and the prey falls. Alligators are incredibly strong, so to quickly subdue them and prevent escape, hunters typically target the head or neck. This is believed to minimize the alligator's suffering. Alligator hunting is not only a thrilling activity, but also demands a high level of expertise. Before embarking on this challenging pursuit, hunters must undergo rigorous training to ensure safety and efficiency. In Florida, alligator hunting permits are tightly regulated by authorities. The goal is to balance hunting activities with ecological conservation. The official hunting season runs from August to November, with regulations limiting each hunter to a maximum of 3 adult alligators per day. To become a licensed alligator hunter, candidates must overcome numerous challenges. The minimum age is 18, but that's just the starting point. They must also complete an intensive training program covering safety skills and sustainable hunting practices. Physical fitness and strength are crucial for alligator hunting, which demands quick reflexes and endurance to handle sudden dangerous situations in the harsh wilderness. Hunters must always be prepared to face any challenge. The rainy season makes alligator hunting extremely dangerous. Flooded marshes become a paradise for these giant predators who swim freely, expanding their territory, while hunters face life-threatening risks with every step. Many hunting teams suspend operations. The bravest continue, but with extreme caution. They must read the language of the marsh, listening for every unusual sound. A single moment of distraction could cost a hunter their life. Alligator hunting with firearms sparks heated debate. Some argue it not only endangers human lives, but also inflicts unnecessary pain on animals. This raises questions about the ethics and sustainability of such practices. Comment number 1 if you support alligator hunting with guns, or Naziro if you believe we need a more humane solution.
In addition,
to address the increasing intrusion of alligators near residential areas, authorities have launched a large-scale alligator trapping campaign to reduce risks to communities. This method is considered more effective than waiting for alligators to appear in marshy areas. Experienced hunters often choose murky lakes over clear ones to set traps, as these are places where alligators can hide undetected. These traps are similar to those used for wild hogs in the US, but are built larger, capable of holding multiple adult alligators. Hunters use fresh meat like wild hog as bait. When alligators enter the trap to grab the food, they get caught. Each trap deployment can capture 2 to 3 alligators, demonstrating clear effectiveness in controlling their population. Handling captured alligators requires significant skill and strength, as every move carries the risk of serious injury. The hunting team must use ropes to securely tie the alligator's mouth to prevent injuries. In a battle lasting over an hour, 6 strong men work together to haul a massive alligator ashore. After the intense struggle, the captured alligators are handed over to the authorities. This is not only a public safety measure, but also a valuable opportunity to study the behavior and distribution of the species. Florida's alligator control campaign has achieved significant results, with the alligator population reduced by over 25%. However, unregulated freelance hunting has caused serious consequences for Florida's ecosystem. The dark side of the alligator control campaign is gradually coming to light, as some individuals and organizations have exploited this opportunity, using community protection as a cover for illegal hunting. The underground market for alligator hides is thriving, undermining government conservation efforts. Illegal hunters disregard the law, turning wildlife into valuable commodities. Government penalties to deter illegal hunting range from 3 to 7 years in prison, or less severely, a permanent revocation of hunting licenses. Alligator hunting is a challenging endeavor where the line between human and animal grows thin. It's not just an extreme experience, but also a mission to protect Florida's communities from prehistoric predators. What do you think about hunting versus trapping? Which method is more effective? Share your thoughts in the comments below the video. Thanks for watching, and please support me by liking and subscribing to the channel to catch more exciting videos. I truly appreciate your support, wishing you luck and great health. As the ostrich population in South Africa skyrockets, the potential dangers to humans are becoming increasingly alarming. These wild athletes can sprint at breakneck speeds of up to 40 mph, fast enough to chase down vehicles on the road. If you think this is an issue worth addressing and want to help spread awareness, drop a comment with the number 1 and let's work together to find safer solutions. Recent videos capturing ostriches chasing cyclists on South African highways highlight a serious threat to public safety. Weighing up to 280 lbs, a collision with an ostrich could cause catastrophic accidents for vehicles or pedestrians. Experts estimate damages from ostrich-related incidents reach $800,000 annually, covering vehicle repairs, medical bills, and economic losses. Controlling the ostrich population has now become an urgent task requiring immediate action.
What is it? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. This is exactly the same guy I think. She's scared. Oh, it's so cute that she... I can't...
The ostrich's rapid reproductive rate is intensifying the crisis. Each female ostrich can lay up to 15 eggs per season, driving an astonishing population growth of an estimated 8% annually. At this rate, human ostrich collisions are projected to become increasingly common, posing a major challenge to road safety in local communities. Immediate action is needed to protect both people and the ecosystem. To address the ostrich population boom, the South African government has introduced controlled hunting programs. Participating hunters must follow strict regulations to ensure safety and environmental protection. They require a valid firearms license issued after passing thorough background checks to confirm no criminal record or mental health issues. Additionally, hunters must complete a firearms safety training course and obtain a hunting permit from wildlife authorities in regions like Western Cape and Eastern Cape. In the Karoo region of Western Cape, ostrich hunting is restricted to April through July to avoid disrupting the breeding season. Hunters typically use large-caliber rifles like the .338 Winchester Magnum or Remington Model 700, chosen for their superior accuracy and power, enabling swift kills in vast wilderness areas. These tools ensure efficiency while maintaining humane standards during the hunt. A professional hunter can take down 8 to 12 ostriches per day, removing around 500 ostriches over 40 hunting days annually. To participate, hunters must meet stringent requirements: a 28-day background check, completion of a safety training course, and thorough knowledge of hunting laws. They are also encouraged to purchase liability insurance to mitigate risks. Since regulations were tightened in 2019, ostrich population management has seen significant progress. Over the past 5 years, controlled hunting has reduced approximately 4,000 ostriches in key areas like Western Cape and Northern Cape. Hunters often employ long-range ambush tactics, leveraging natural terrain to avoid detection. Precise shot angles are critical for swift kills while adhering to ethical and legal standards. This meticulous approach helps maintain ecological balance and protect the species. Hunters are required to target only healthy adult ostriches, avoiding indiscriminate hunting to protect the ecosystem. Violating hunting regulations can lead to severe consequences, with fines up to $40,000 or even imprisonment for repeat offenders. Thanks to these measures, dangerous collisions have dropped to about 600 incidents per year, demonstrating the program's effectiveness in safeguarding both humans and wildlife. Are you interested in ostrich hunting with firearms? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a 5. Compared to hunting ostriches with firearms, helicopter hunting offers distinct efficiency but at a higher cost. Conducted from August to October, it removes about 1/200 ostriches annually. However, the high costs of fuel and equipment make this method viable only once a year, optimizing effectiveness while minimizing environmental impact. After hunting, ostrich meat is carefully processed and becomes a valuable food source in South Africa. Rich in protein and low in fat, it's ideal for premium dishes like steaks, burgers, or sausages. The ostrich meat industry generates about $12 million in annual revenue, strongly supported by locals. However, rigorous quality control processes ensure food safety, allowing consumers to enjoy it with confidence. I hope this story has given you a fresh perspective on South Africa. What are your thoughts on this issue? Drop a comment to discuss and address any questions. Don't forget to check out our upcoming content. Do you have any unique ideas for controlling this invasive species? Share your thoughts to help us find creative solutions. Thank you for following along. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on more fascinating stories. See you next time.
Check. Prepare the gun. Oh my God. You can't even pull them up.
My family's farm sits next to a sparse forest in Texas. Day or night, it's like a battlefield. Wild boars show up like ghosts, silent, stubborn, and getting bolder every day. I've tried everything to stop them, but for a creature this tough, resilient, and adapted to survive harsh winters, only one thing makes them back off a hunting rifle. Drop a comment with the number 1 to join us on this hunt. We release the hunting dogs to track the wild boars. These dogs have been with me through countless hunting seasons, but today was different. Today was Scout's first real hunt in the wild. Surprisingly, despite being a rookie, Scout performed flawlessly, showing no clumsiness. Before long, he picked up a trail and was hot on the heels of a moving boar.
Prepare the gun.
Meanwhile, the other dogs were working at full throttle. When I heard their barks, I knew another target had been cornered. Sure enough, a wild boar had been chased into dense brush with no way out, clearly exhausted. As the boar lost its fight, I approached slowly, gripping my rifle, and ended it with a precise shot right between the eyes. Scout and I, quite the team. I calmly lowered the rifle and pulled the trigger without hesitation, a clean shot, and the boar dropped instantly. We followed the trail down the hillside. The area was barren, no bushes, just rocks and dry grass. Nowhere to hide, the wild boars were fully exposed. Having set up ambushes from multiple angles, they had little chance of escape. Nearby, Dawson spotted another one moving slowly under the tree canopy. "Perfect," he said curtly, then pulled the trigger. One shot clean and decisive, another trophy down. No time to catch our breath. Hank quickly scanned the area and spotted a wild boar charging down the slope. The distance and tough angle didn't faze him. It took us about 15 minutes to reach the position. There we split up, each taking a different elevation. From a rocky outcrop, I surveyed the valley below and locked onto the target. The gunshot roared like thunder through the still air of the Texas hills. The first shot missed, but I didn't let it get far. The second hit square in the back, dropping it. One clean shot and the boar tumbled down the slope, coming to a stop halfway. While I was scanning another direction, Dawson's voice crackled over the radio. "Got one another hog." I instantly knew where it was, same path the dogs had chased. Seconds later, a jet black boar burst out at breakneck speed. Despite the distance, Dawson was ready. One blast and the hog staggered, took a few shaky steps, then rolled down the hill. A long, exhausting day, but worth every step. Recently, Arkansas newspapers have reported sudden wild boar attacks on locals, sparking community concern. To tackle this, our hunting group headed to the Ozark Hills, where boars are becoming an escalating threat. Guided by a tracking app, we rushed to intercept a moving boar. Sure enough, it appeared right on cue. The black hog with bristly hair charged toward a waterhole. The moment it sensed danger was when we fired. The first shot was precise and decisive, dropping the boar motionless to the ground, a swift and convincing victory. We climbed to the hilltop and released the hunting dogs in our planned formation. Soon, ferocious barking erupted from the bushes ahead. Anticipating a boar counterattack, I gripped my loaded rifle and cautiously advanced. Just then, a fierce wild boar charged out. I fired several shots in rapid succession. The boar collapsed instantly with no chance to fight back. The dog's aggressive barking echoed again from the other side of the hill, a clear warning. My two teammates slipped through the dense tree canopy, steadily closing the gap with the prey. Once in position, Chad crouched low, took aim, and raised his rifle. "Man, that's intense," he muttered. Unexpected and dangerous moments are an unavoidable part of the hunting journey, requiring hunters to stay ready and calm to take down the target decisively. Have you ever hunted wild boar? If yes, leave a comment with number 2. If not, leave a comment with number 5. We don't just stick to one area, but keep moving to scout for more potential targets. Hold up here that the dogs are barking. They're driving something our way. We paused, scanning carefully. As the noise grew clearer, I raised my rifle, taking aim. Sure enough, a wild boar charged toward us, pursued by the pack. What are you waiting for? Shoot one shot, hit its weak spot, and the boar dropped. Seamless teamwork between members is the key to quickly spotting and taking down targets efficiently. For seasoned hunters like us, spotting wild boars isn't just about sounds or obvious tracks. Sometimes it's pure instinct. Once, after pinpointing a location, I fired quickly. The boar took the hit, staggered, but the first shot wasn't enough to finish it. Only after a few more rounds did it finally drop. A sudden afternoon rain swept through the forest. While most of us had returned to the rendezvous point, Chad stayed patient. His persistence paid off. After a clean shot, the target fell on the wet ground. Nice work, we cheered. Today, the first wild boar eradication campaign of the year kicked off with tight coordination between Tennessee locals and authorities. We headed straight for the hot zones where boars have been wreaking havoc for months. At the rendezvous point, we wasted no time locking our scopes and scanning the surroundings. There they were, a large herd of wild boars. When everything was set, the shooting began. Hitting accurately from long range was a real challenge, but with skills honed through countless hunts, we took down several targets. We adjusted our scopes and kept firing, dropping more as they tried to flee under the tree canopy. Suddenly, another boar appeared in my crosshairs. With a steady scope, the shot rang out, hitting the target, which tumbled down the hillside. A few nearby couldn't escape and were taken down too, but many slipped away. After the skirmish, we shifted our ambush position. Then came a dramatic surprise. A massive wild boar emerged from nowhere, but we were careless. The boar abruptly changed direction and charged at us in a fury. With no time to think, a barrage of gunfire erupted. I managed to drop the beast just before the situation spiraled out of control. While lying in ambush on the hillside, we spotted a herd hidden in the brush. We waited patiently. As they moved into the open, we struck. Weapons ready, the team opened fire. Shots rang out in rapid succession, targeting the large boars with glossy black coats. One by one, they fell. Crossing to the next ridge, the number of boars increased. We spotted another herd climbing the slope. Without hesitation, we aimed through our scopes and fired. A barrage of bullets rained down, dropping each boar. Suddenly, one charged out from the bushes. I reacted instantly, landing a headshot, and the massive beast collapsed on the spot. In the chaos, though, a few targets still slipped away. From our vantage point overlooking the valley, we quickly spotted a large herd moving at high speed over 10 boars, clearly visible despite the distance. Several were taken down in a crossfire, but new herds kept appearing. A direct chase proved ineffective, so we split into small groups, setting up ambushes from multiple angles. The tactic worked perfectly. No target escaped our sights. By afternoon, we descended to the fields at the foot of the hill. Only then did we truly grasp the terrifying scale of the wild boars here. They were massive and moved incredibly fast. We had to use vehicles to get close. When they came into range, we pulled the triggers. The open terrain made movement easy, but the herd scattered in all directions, making pursuit challenging. Still, we managed to take down as many as we could. Despite the dense population of wild boars in this area, hunting them is far from easy. After hearing gunfire, they become more cautious and harder to approach. At this point, we were exhausted both physically and mentally. We decided to rest, regroup, and carefully plan for the next round. Tomorrow we'll continue. Do you enjoy hunting wild boars with a rifle? If yes, leave a comment with number 2. If not, leave a comment with number 5. Never has the wild boar population surged to such alarming levels. In just a few months, states like Texas, Arkansas, and Tennessee have reported widespread crop destruction and livestock attacks caused by these animals. With their numbers exploding, hunters are being called to take urgent action like never before. Join us as we head into the hot zones to track down these invasive wild boars. A report just came in about a troublesome herd, so there's definitely one nearby. Without delay, we hop into the truck and head toward a nearby hill. The hunting dogs are unleashed, immediately scouring every nook and cranny. Thanks to the dogs, I quickly spotted the first target, a wild boar hiding behind thick brush. Sensing danger, it bolted. I didn't hesitate, raised my rifle and fired. The shot hit its mark and the boar stumbled, trying to escape. The hunt grew more intense as more boars appeared. Not every encounter was successful. These boars are cunning. We didn't let any slip away, immediately giving chase. The relentless barking of the dogs kept us on edge. I gripped my rifle, scanning every patch of grass and bush. Suddenly, a wild boar charged straight at me. Luckily, both Devlin and I are seasoned hunters. One shot and we dropped it. One shot, one kill. Meanwhile, the rest of the team held their positions on the hilltop. 2 of my teammates stayed vigilant, especially as the dog's barking grew louder. Jack carefully raised his rifle, adjusted the scope, took a deep breath, and fired. That victory boosted our morale as we pressed forward. My buddy suddenly spotted another boar charging up the hill. We got into position and opened fire. Gunshots echoed and a few more boars went down. From our high vantage point, we had a perfect view. A herd of wild boars moved below right in our crosshairs. We didn't let them slip away. I locked onto a target, adjusting my aim as it moved. The shot tore through the air and the boar dropped almost instantly. After hours of relentless pursuit, we were exhausted and began descending the hill. But just as we were heading back, we unexpectedly ran into another herd. They bolted like lightning, giving us no time. We fired immediately. Though we missed, it was a valuable lesson, reminding us to always stay sharp. We're not professional hunters. We're farmers watching our crops and hard work destroyed by wild boars. They breed fast move in packs and are fiercely aggressive. In just a few nights, thousands of acres of farmland turned into a battleground. Local authorities stepped in, but when the destruction spiraled out of control, we had to act. With everything ready, we spotted our first target. It was massive jet black, the perfect prey for today's hunt. Getting into position quickly at close range, I easily fired and dropped the boar. Not a bad first trophy, weighing around 500 pounds. Thanks to that last shot, we spotted another target, but it got away. It took a while to track it down again. Facing a perfect shooting angle, I couldn't miss. The gunshot rang out clear and the boar had no chance to escape. With morale soaring, the team pressed forward relentlessly. As we passed a creek, we noticed familiar signs of wild boars. The ground was torn up. They were definitely close. We immediately formed up and took ambush positions. There they were, a herd of boars. Aiming carefully, I dropped one. At the same time, my buddies fired in unison, taking down a few more targets. After that, we spotted and chased even more wild boars. The team worked in perfect sync, ensuring that even the boars trying to escape didn't get far. Gunshots echoed, and one by one, the boars fell. From our ambush position, another herd came into our sights. With every shot fired, a target dropped. The more trophies we claimed, the more pumped we got. In the chaos, one boar broke from the pack and bolted in a different direction. We gave chase to take it down. At a good distance, when the boar reached an open spot, I fired. Staying calm and gripping the rifle steady, I landed the decisive shot, dropping the boar on the spot. But it wasn't over yet. We scanned the surroundings to ensure no targets were missed. Ambushing from the hill, we waited silently for a boar to cross our sights. There it was. When the boar let its guard down, I dropped it with a lethal shot. While searching along the hillside, we spotted another one. The team immediately took aim and fired, rapidly determined not to let it escape. The wild boar hunt pressed on. Just minutes later, we found the next target, a massive, agile boar. But in the end, it couldn't outrun our scopes. The hunt wrapped up as darkness fell. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Please support our channel with a like and subscribe. During the dry season in the vast savanna grasslands of East Africa, particularly in Kenya, wild cattle herds embark on a quest for food and water as the grasslands wither under the scorching sun. These herds, often numbering in the hundreds, cross major highways, causing significant disruptions. In June 2024, a herd of approximately 400 wild cattle traversed a critical highway in Kenya's Tsavo region, halting traffic for over 4 hours. The resulting chaos led to estimated damages of $75,000, including vehicle collisions, spoiled goods, and delayed deliveries. Leave a comment with the number 1 to continue exploring this gripping story. In July 2024, a panicked herd stormed into a residential community in Tanzania's Serengeti region, causing severe damage to 7 homes with repair costs exceeding $120,000. More alarmingly, these cattle are becoming increasingly aggressive, posing direct threats to vehicles and people. In one terrifying incident, a pickup truck was rammed by a charging bull, leaving its front end heavily crumpled. Similarly, in a small town near Kenya's Amboseli National Park, a rogue cow rampaged through the streets, forcing authorities to shut down the area for 36 hours to repair damages and restore order. To address this escalating crisis, controlled hunting has emerged as the primary solution to curb the growing wild cattle population and mitigate risks. However, hunting wild cattle is no easy task, requiring exceptional skill, thorough preparation, and utmost caution. Hunters often move stealthily, traveling on foot or horseback through the savanna grasslands, frequently lying prone in tall grass to avoid detection. A common technique involves using high-powered rifles to take down wild cattle from a safe distance, minimizing the risk of direct confrontation and ensuring the hunter's safety. Hunting wild cattle in East Africa is tightly regulated by legal frameworks with stringent licensing requirements enforced by local governments. Aspiring hunters must pass rigorous tests in marksmanship, navigation, and survival skills to obtain a permit. These permits clearly specify the number of animals that can be hunted each season to prevent overhunting and preserve the region's ecological balance. Such measures ensure that hunting is conducted responsibly and sustainably, safeguarding both the environment and the wild cattle population.
Yeah, that's a big bull there, Roger. They're big animal, aren't they?
Despite being a necessary solution, hunting wild cattle is fraught with dangers and legal risks. Illegal hunting or the use of prohibited weapons can lead to severe penalties. In October 2023, a group of poachers in Tanzania was caught using automatic rifles to illegally hunt wild cattle, resulting in fines totaling $60,000 and the confiscation of all their equipment. In contrast, legal hunters typically use bolt-action rifles or composite bows tools that demand high precision and strict adherence to safety regulations. Compliance with these regulations is critical to ensuring the legality and safety of the hunting process. Hunters also equip themselves with essential tools like binoculars and GPS devices to track cattle herds from a distance. These tools not only enhance safety, but also improve the likelihood of a successful hunt while minimizing the risk of injury from these massive beasts. Thanks to organized hunting campaigns, the wild cattle population in Kenya and Tanzania has dropped to approximately 12,000 by 2023, a significant decline from previous years. Are you brave enough to join this dangerous hunt? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, drop a 5.
Oh my God. You can't even pull them up. What an incredible animal. Holy crap.
Success in hunting wild cattle hinges on meticulous preparation, from adjusting a rifle's scope to 132 MOA for long-range accuracy to accounting for environmental factors like wind and terrain. When executed flawlessly, these preparations yield an 80% success rate. The ideal hunting stance is lying-prone, eyes locked on the target with absolute focus while concealing one's presence from the cattle's keen senses. This position not only minimizes the chance of detection, but also provides a stable platform for a precise shot, granting a decisive advantage in this thrilling pursuit.
Anyway, JT, keep your shirt on for something.
In addition to rifles, skilled archers use bows and arrows to confront these massive cattle, adding an extra layer of challenge. Strong savanna winds can deflect an arrow by up to 2 feet, as recorded at a 1,200-acre hunting ground in Tanzania's Ngorongoro region. Close-range bow hunters typically work in teams of at least 3 to ensure safety and effective tracking. Ethical hunting laws are strictly enforced hunting in restricted areas. Without a permit can result in hefty fines or permanent revocation of hunting privileges. After a successful kill, hunters must adhere to rigorous regulations for reporting and processing the carcass to support conservation efforts. In East Africa, each hunter is permitted to take down only one wild cattle per season, a strict regulation aimed at protecting the species' population. Wild cattle meat holds high economic value, fetching between $6 and $12 per pound due to its rich flavor and abundant protein content. The hump, a delicacy, is particularly prized for its tenderness and nutritional value. Processing the carcass requires skillful care to maximize yield and minimize environmental impact, ensuring that every part of the meat is used sustainably. Do you have any groundbreaking ideas to address this issue more effectively? Share your thoughts in the comments to spark a lively discussion. Thank you for joining this thrilling story. If you found it exciting, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating journeys. Spread the word to your friends to explore together. Goodbye, and see you in the next adventure. Under the silvery moonlight, silent figures move through the dense forests of the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. They are not the monsters of fairy tales, but true predators, gray wolves with golden eyes, blazing like flames and howls that pierce the night. For centuries, wolves have been symbols of wilderness, strength, and the mystery of nature. So how dangerous are wolves? Drop a comment under number 1 to explore the truth in today's video. But behind their fearsome appearance, is there another story of loyalty, kinship, and the struggle for survival in a harsh environment? As humans increasingly expand their territories, encroaching deeper into the wolves' habitats, encounters between man and wolf become more frequent, sometimes leading to tragic consequences. As darkness falls, a sudden attack begins. In just a few hours, a livestock farm in rural Romania descends into chaos. The herd is thrown into disarray, with estimated damages reaching €45,000 and over 20% of the goats injured or missing. The attack not only causes material loss, but also threatens the livelihoods of farming families who depend on their livestock to survive. The surge in nighttime attacks has forced local authorities and farmers to take action, from installing electric fences to using livestock guardian dogs. However, as wolves venture closer to residential areas, the Romanian government has implemented wolf population control programs, including issuing permits for selective hunting. To participate in wolf hunting in Romania, hunters must undergo a rigorous process. The journey begins with a 12-18-hour hunting safety course covering both online theory and practical training. This course provides the certificate required to apply for a hunting license. In Romania, wolf hunting licenses for non-residents cost between €80 and €350, depending on the region and hunting season. Failure to comply with regulations can lead to severe consequences, including fines or hunting bans. In 2024, over 2,800 hunters nationwide had their licenses revoked for violations such as hunting outside permitted areas or using improper equipment. The process of obtaining a hunting license requires hunters to demonstrate skill and responsibility. At the Carpathian Hunting Training Center in Brasov, hunters are trained to use rifles designed by Beretta and Sauer. They practice shooting at various distances from 200 to over 1,200 meters, focusing on precision shooting, breath control, and weapon assembly. Training begins with small caliber rifles like the .223 Remington, progressing to higher recoil firearms such as the .308 Winchester. This training not only enhances hunters' skills, but also ensures they understand the ethical responsibilities of hunting. Do you think hunting wolves with rifles is an exciting activity? If yes, leave a comment with number 2. If no, leave a comment with number 5.
Double down.
In the wild Carpathian Mountains, hunters face grueling challenges. A 48-hour field training course is designed to simulate real wolf hunting conditions, with nighttime temperatures dropping below 15 degrees C and rugged hilly terrain at altitudes above 1,800 meters. Trainees must pass demanding tests from tracking wolf prints in the snow to hitting targets over 1,000 meters away in strong winds. Only about 25% of participants complete the course, with the rest eliminated due to insufficient physical fitness, technical skills, or adaptability. With honed skills, the hunt begins. A group of hunters navigates the dense forest where rugged terrain and hidden ravines pose constant dangers. The confrontation peaks when they spot a pack of wolves on the move. With seamless coordination, the hunters take down 2 wolves in a tense moment, marking the start of the hunting season. However, the journey is far from easy. Rocky mountains and harsh weather can challenge even the most experienced hunters. A single misstep, like slipping on a cliff or missing a snow-covered pit, could lead to a serious accident. Teamwork is crucial in these hunts. Experts recommend that each hunting group consists of at least 3 people to ensure safety and efficiency. In a tense situation, as the hunters approach a cave suspected to be a wolf den, a sudden noise echoes. With quick reflexes, a hunter fires and hits the target, taking down the lead wolf at a distance of 120 meters. That moment is not only a triumph of skill, but also a testament to coordination and composure under pressure. To attract wolves, hunters use sound devices that mimic the cries of prey, such as injured rabbits or deer. In the silence of the night forest, they wait patiently. The wolves, with their keen predatory instincts, approach cautiously. A precise shot at 180 meters takes down the pack leader, followed by another wolf at a closer range. Aerial wolf hunting is also employed in Romania, though restricted to specific areas. From helicopters, hunters face greater challenges requiring absolute precision to track targets over dense forests and deep valleys. In Romania, helicopter hunting programs are tightly regulated with only one hunt per year in certain areas like the Apuseni Mountains. This method has helped reduce wolf populations in high conflict zones, with reports indicating a 25 to 35% decrease in some regions over the past 3 years. However, the focus of these programs is not mass extermination but selective control to maintain ecological balance. The results of controlled wolf hunting have brought significant benefits to Romania's farming communities. Livestock farms once heavily impacted by wolf attacks can now operate more stably. Hunters play a crucial role in supporting wildlife management, ensuring that each hunt adheres to ethical and conservation standards. Data from hunts are reported to regulatory agencies, helping monitor wolf populations and maintain balance among species in the ecosystem. After the hunt wolf pelts are carefully processed, hunters clean and preserve the pelts before sending them to trading centers in Bucharest. At auctions organized by the Romanian Fur Association, wolf pelts are graded based on color thickness and quality. A high-quality pelt, especially the silver gray variety from the Carpathians, can fetch up to 90 euros, while lower-quality pelts sell for around 20 euros. Revenue from these auctions is often used to fund wildlife conservation and research programs. Genuine wolf fur has distinct characteristics, including 3 layers: long, coarse guard hairs in gray or black, a dense undercoat in white or light gray, and a soft middle layer for insulation. These traits not only make wolf fur a valuable material in fashion and craftsmanship, but also reflect the remarkable adaptability of wolves to the harsh environment of the Carpathian Mountains. Our journey into the world of wolves has taken us through the dense forests of Romania, where cunning predators face humans in a relentless struggle for survival. But the big question remains, how can humans and nature coexist? What are your thoughts on the role of hunting in wildlife management? Or should women participate more in hunting activities? Share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button if you found this story captivating.
Oh my God! Guys!
The scorching heat of the Serengeti, Tanzania can make you feel suffocated as temperatures soar beyond what seems bearable. Every creature in the region is fighting daily to survive, and amidst these grasslands, this is the irreplaceable king. Have you ever wondered how these lions manage to thrive and dominate within their pride? Drop a 1 in the comments and join us on this hunt. Each member of the lion pride plays a vital role in ensuring the group's survival. Lionesses are devoted mothers, taking on the tasks of hunting and nurturing the cubs. They remain highly vigilant, always ready to protect their young from any danger. Leading the pride is the male lion, the dominant figure who controls a vast territory and stands prepared to fight to safeguard his family and valuable resources. However, in the perilous wilderness, lionesses often guide their cubs to new lands seeking safer grounds. Enemies lurk all around, and now a lioness who has just given birth faces a life-or-death challenge. About 20 hyenas emerge, their eerie cackles echoing across the vast grasslands. These swift predators are always ready to seize an opportunity to attack. Despite her exhaustion and injuries, the lioness's maternal instinct drives her to fight to the end in this critical moment. Suddenly, a male lion appears ready to charge into the fray to protect his family. Chaos erupts with roars thundering across the plains in a brutal life and death struggle. As the harsh dry season in the Serengeti in 2025 depletes food sources, lion prides grow increasingly weakened, compelling them to lead their groups in search of new territories. This is their final chance for survival, but it also means closer encounters with humans. As night falls, lions infiltrate residential areas and attack livestock. Community reports from suburban areas near Serengeti National Park indicate that over 20% of their livestock was lost to predator attacks in a single season. For the farmers here, it's a heartbreaking loss. In some areas of Tanzania, the threat of lion attacks on residential zones has become a pressing issue requiring immediate action. To swiftly ensure public safety, the government has deployed robust fencing as a temporary solution. These modern fences are designed with high-grade weather-resistant materials, offering exceptional durability and low maintenance, effectively protecting communities in a reliable and long-lasting manner. To counter this threat, farmers have constructed sturdy fences to protect their livestock from the claws of lions. These robust steel walls encircle pastures and farms, particularly in rural and suburban areas where lions frequently lurk. Standing at an impressive height of 8 to 10 feet, they form an impenetrable barrier, thwarting even the boldest attacks. This solution not only reduces livestock losses, but also provides a simple and cost-effective way to keep lions at bay. However, this solution is only temporary, as lion sightings in suburban and even urban areas have increased by about 15 to 20%. This rise has made lion attacks on humans a serious concern, with approximately 65 people injured and 24 killed annually. So what must the government do to ensure public safety? This question demands long-term effective and sustainable measures that not only protect humans but also maintain the ecological balance in the region. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Tanzanian authorities implemented drastic measures to counter the growing threat of lions, marking a pivotal moment in the conflict between humans and nature where the stakes had never been higher. While fences served as a critical line of defense to protect settlements from attacks to reduce lion numbers, the government adopted a more direct strategy. They permitted controlled hunting using specialized weapons to address the danger, minimizing harm to people while ensuring control over the lion population. To prepare for this mission, a visit to Tanzania's largest hunting gear store is not just a recommendation, but a necessity. Here, lion hunters can opt for the H&H Magnum 375, a versatile weapon ideal for hunting a range of wildlife from large antelopes to top predators like lions. With this rifle, hunters don't need to switch weapons when targeting different species, optimizing efficiency for every hunt. Of the hundreds of applicants, only about 100 hunters are selected each year through a rigorous screening process. These hunters are not only trained in marksmanship, but also learn critical skills such as tracking, understanding lion behavior, applying ethical hunting practices, and committing to protect residential areas while maintaining a balance between humans and wildlife. Do you think firearms training for hunters is necessary? If yes, leave a 2 in the comments. If not, leave a 5. Everything is set, and the lion hunt in the Serengeti stands as a testament to meticulous preparation and tight-knit teamwork. Each hunting team consists of at least 3 members: a hunter, a tracker, and a professional guide. They set out before dawn as hunting alone is forbidden due to the severe risks in the unpredictable wilderness. Only teamwork ensures safety. Tension fills the air as the hunters check their H&H Magnum 375 rifles and rehearse their hunting strategies.
Shoot him again.
Time seems to stretch under the blistering afternoon heat as the hunting team cautiously tracks through tall, dew-covered grasslands. Each step is laced with tension as the slightest movement could alert the lion to their presence. When the leader finally spots the lion just 50 yards away, he holds his breath, gripping his rifle tightly, fully aware that any mistake could provoke the predator to turn and attack, bringing unpredictable consequences. Taking down a single lion can take hours, even an entire day, requiring absolute patience. However, to bring down 3 in one day demands perfect coordination among team members. A keen tracker able to detect the subtlest signs, an experienced guide always anticipating the lion's actions, and a hunter ready to execute precise shots form an indispensable team essential for success. A successful hunt like this is a rare moment when everything truly goes smoothly. The hunting environment is fraught with dangers, as unexpected conflicts can erupt at any time while tracking wildlife. Not every lion lies quietly in the shade waiting to be spotted. Reports from Tanzanian wildlife conservation organizations indicate dozens of cases where hunters were attacked at distances of less than 20 yards. Fortunately, hunters in these situations are often seasoned professionals who know how to respond effectively. If a hunter fails to react in just 1 second, he could instantly become the prey. To hunt lions successfully and safely, hunters must spend hours tracking across vast areas up to 50,000 acres. Skilled hunters are typically allowed to take down only 1 to 3 lions per day. Exceeding this limit carries severe consequences, including fines up to $10,000, permanent revocation of hunting licenses, and a lifetime ban from hunting. The lion hunt in the Serengeti is a profound reminder of nature's harsh challenges and the fragile line between conservation and survival. It not only teaches hunters respect, patience, and responsibility, but also makes viewers aware of the delicate balance needed to coexist. Can we find harmony between tradition and conservation? These methods have played a crucial role in curbing the spread of many invasive species. If you have any ideas or more effective solutions, please share your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss them together. Thank you for watching the video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more exciting content. Tell your friends about us so they can enjoy this video too. Goodbye and see you in the next video. This trip took me to a peaceful countryside in southern Austria at the invitation of my close friend James, an experienced hunter in the area for many years. He shared that recently wild boars have gotten out of control, destroying crops and threatening the lives of locals. Responding to his call, my team and I quickly set out determined to put an end to this threat. Drop a comment with the number 1 to join today's thrilling hunt. Early in the morning, we arrived at the hunting grounds in Tyrol, Austria. All team members quickly checked their weapons, ready to begin a relentless battle. Just about 20 minutes later, we encountered the first wild boar. Through the dense foliage, I could clearly make out the boar's silhouette. Seizing the moment, I raised my rifle, adjusted my aim, and steadied myself. As the boar charged out from the bushes, a deafening shot shattered the silence. A direct hit, and the boar dropped instantly. Elsewhere, my teammates were also locking onto targets across the hillsides. We had planned to head positioning shooters at different elevations lying in wait, so whenever a boar came into someone's sights, a shot rang out. In less than 15 minutes, 3 more were taken down. Soon after, I spotted a wild boar from a high vantage point. It moved skillfully, but from above, I had the advantage. I calmly raised my rifle and fired. A clean hit over in an instant. Holding my position, I turned, aiming in another direction. Down below, another boar appeared. Without hesitation, I pulled the trigger. Though it tried to escape, it couldn't outrun the bullets chasing it. My God, the number of wild boars here was truly countless. Every few minutes, we'd unexpectedly run into a new group, but they weren't easy to deal with. It took nearly a minute of continuous shooting to bring down 3 in a cloud of dust. The rest then fled, vanishing into the forest before we could react. Even a lone boar trying to escape didn't deter us. We pursued relentlessly. However, the effort is not always guaranteed to succeed. Despite shooting continuously, the long distance made it difficult to aim accurately. As the sun began to set, the air grew cooler. I happened upon a dense hillside, the kind of terrain wild boars like to hide in. Scanning every bush with a sharp eye, I finally spotted one hidden inside. I aimed and fired without hesitation. The boar struggled violently, and only after the third shot did it stop moving. Last week, an outbreak of African swine fever wiped out entire herds of livestock on several farms in Tyrol, causing estimated damage of over 15,000 euros. But the real cause lies in the wild boar herds carrying the virus and infiltrating the farm areas. We can't just sit back and watch everything collapse. Farmers like us have no choice but to stand up and act immediately. The next morning, all the hunters in the area gathered at the edge of the Tyrol forest, ready for the hunt. The hunting dogs were released and immediately began tracking. Within minutes, they had found the wild boar's den and flushed them out, forcing them to run straight toward us. Instincts kicked in, everyone raised their weapons, eyes sharp, fingers ready on the triggers. When the shots rang out, the prey scattered in all directions. The scene was like something out of an action movie. Just when we thought they had all run off, a wild boar suddenly charged toward us in a fit of rage. Caught in the rain of bullets, it was wounded, lost its footing, and slid across the ground. In the final moments, our dogs stepped in to finish it off. The tall trees here provide perfect cover for the wild boars, but they couldn't escape the keen noses of the hunting dogs. Under intense pursuit, 3 boars suddenly burst from the thicket, followed by the whole herd. We had to shoot continuously, each bullet slicing through the air. But not every boar is easy to take down. Some are strong, stubborn, and aggressive. I had to shoot for the 3rd, even the 4th time to bring one down. Although we couldn't eliminate the entire herd, our results proved the relentless effort of the team. As I was still frustrated by the ones that escaped, suddenly a shadow charged straight at us through the chaos. The lead boar proved to be much more cunning. Instead of panicking like the others, it quietly slipped into the thick brush to escape. But we knew this species all too well. From the high ground, I aimed for its weak spot and squeezed the trigger. Boom! The shot made it lose its balance, roll down the slope, and lay still. As soon as we identified the boar herd's path, we immediately split into smaller groups to track them down. A strange noise in the brush heightened my alertness. I raised my rifle and surveyed everything around me. There, 3 wild boars, thinking they had escaped the earlier chaos, were still leisurely walking. But that complacency turned out to be a deadly mistake. There was no room for hesitation. Each precise shot echoed through the deep forest, and one by one the boars fell under the steady hands of seasoned hunters. Within minutes, the pursuit was over, and the herd that had carried the disease and ravaged crops was now completely neutralized. On the way back to our meeting point, my friend Michael suddenly spotted a familiar shadow among the trees below. We quickly predicted their movement and gave chase. Every step was calculated. A small mistake and the wild boar would escape again. Just as the shadow charged forward, I squeezed the trigger. A shot to its weak spot, then another to be sure before moving in closer. The pursuit was tense and breathless, but in the end, victory was ours. Did you enjoy this hunting trip? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave the number 5.
Domuz gidiyor lan, domuz gidiyor.
A muddy dirt road led us deep into the vast wheat fields of Tuscany, Italy. The wheat season had arrived, and as we looked over the lush green fields, the farmers eagerly awaited a bountiful harvest after months of hard work. But in a single night, that joy was shattered. When the sun rose, they were faced with a horrifying sight. Half of the field had been completely destroyed. It was clear without a doubt who the culprits were: wild boars. We couldn't stand by any longer. It was time to make them pay. As soon as we arrived, I chose a strategic position to begin the hunt. I held my breath, tightened my grip on the trigger, and locked onto my target. My heart pounded in my chest, each second feeling like an eternity. This was the perfect moment to take down the lead boar. A shot rang out and the target fell instantly. Another series of shots followed, each one accompanied by the agonizing screech of a wild boar falling one after another. The battle had only just begun. Through the scope, the first target appeared, a dark shadow lurking behind the lush green wheat. Trapped in a desperate situation, one might think the wild boar would run straight toward the nearby hills. But these creatures are clever. They always find a way to make the hunt unpredictable. Half of the herd charged up the hillside while the others suddenly veered off, rushing into the thick, tall grass, the perfect hiding spot. However, we had anticipated this. Every escape route was blocked from the meadows to the foot of the hill and up to the summit. The scattered boar carcasses were undeniable proof of our determination and relentless pursuit in this life-or-death battle. We moved to a new location at the foot of the hill near the wheat fields in Tuscany. While scanning the area, a massive wild boar easily weighing over 150 kilos was spotted by the hunting dogs. Sensing danger, the boar reacted instantly, charging at an incredible speed. But we didn't give it a chance. My teammate Luca seized the moment and fired. The bullet struck the massive beast, bringing it down immediately. Meanwhile, another teammate and I chased after another wild boar trying to escape. My first shot startled it, making it run faster, but in the open field there were no thick bushes for cover. It ran but couldn't escape. A precise shot rang out, ending its run. Here in Arkansas, USA, where the fields stretch out and the swamps are vast, we face an unwanted enemy, wild boars. According to local government statistics, the damage caused by wild boars is estimated to be millions of dollars every year. We can't wait for the boars to come to our farms, we can't let them destroy crops, and we can't just hunt them one by one in the traditional way. It's too dangerous and too slow. So an aerial assault was launched, and we, the seasoned hunters, were invited to join in. We were in the helicopter flying over the vast plains of Arkansas. From above, we watched the panicked boars running for cover, the sound of the helicopter blades roaring in our ears. We kept firing, aiming at the boars below. The open terrain made them easy to spot with nowhere to hide. The herd was quickly taken down. From our position in the helicopter, we spotted signs of another wild boar herd, but they were hidden in a nearby forest, making them difficult to see clearly. A plan was made. The helicopter lowered in altitude, approaching and creating a commotion. Finally, after half an hour of patience, the wild boars couldn't take it anymore and charged out. The outcome was as expected. A swift attack took place, and we successfully brought down the target. However, amidst the chaos, a few wild boars managed to escape. We immediately gave chase. There. After pinpointing the herd's location, we were ready to strike. These wild boars were more cunning than we had anticipated. They dodged the deadly shots, catching the team off guard. Shortly after, we seized the opportunity and took down 3 more. After firing continuously, we were exhilarated. This hunting method was truly effective. It didn't take long to find the target. After a tense confrontation, a few boars managed to escape, splitting off from the herd and scattering in all directions. Not missing the opportunity, the whole team went all in. We aimed at the largest ones and squeezed the trigger. This target was massive. Aiming for the weak spot, I took the decisive shot. After the loud explosion, the boar didn't stand a chance to escape. Continuing the battle, we moved toward the lush green fields of Arkansas. The boars thought the tall grass would help them hide, but it was all in vain. Once spotted, they sprinted at incredible speeds. We only took down 3 targets, but we didn't give up and kept chasing them. In the afternoon, we resumed our hunt from the air. This time we were better prepared, but the boars were incredibly agile. We truly lost count of how many boars we brought down today. It could easily be a huge number. And this was a successful hunt. Wild boars first appeared in Arkansas in the late 18th century, initially as just a few strays. But over time, their numbers exploded to over 1.5 million, causing more than $400 million in damage to agriculture and the environment each year. With the situation spiraling out of control, the Arkansas government took decisive action, organizing helicopter hunts and turning the skies into a battleground against these destructive creatures. We took off right as the clock struck 4. The helicopters soared into the sky, marking the beginning of our battle against the wild boars. Look, isn't that a huge herd over there? They're everywhere. I quickly loaded my rifle, steadied my aim, and began to lock onto the target. The sound of the engine mixed with the rapid fire of the gunshots. With the first round, I hit one. The rest of the herd panicked and scattered at the sound of the shots, but we immediately gave chase, closing in fast and firing again. Within seconds, 3 more boars were taken down. In another part of the sky, Stephen's helicopter was circling the field. With years of hunting experience, Stephen easily locked onto the targets and took them down with high precision as soon as they entered his sights. Our team moved toward a vast meadow. This time, Mark was the shooter. The helicopter lowered in altitude, giving us the perfect angle. Mark steadied his hands and unleashed a rapid series of shots. Everywhere we flew over, boars fell. The entire area became a relentless sweep, leaving no opportunity for escape. What we really wanted was to find larger groups as they caused the most damage and reproduced at an alarming rate. After about 10 minutes of circling, we spotted the perfect target. We quickly closed in. I didn't hesitate pulling the trigger immediately, but with the constant vibration of the rotor's shots, sometimes went off target. Often we had to fire multiple times to take down a single boar. The next morning, we took to the skies again, ready to continue the hunt. This time, a new friend, Ethan, joined us. Our first stop was an area bordering a field. Before long, the first target appeared a lone boar sprinting across an open field, but it couldn't escape the hail of bullets from above. It fell almost instantly. The helicopter pressed forward. This area wasn't dense enough for the boars to hide, so no matter how fast they ran, they couldn't escape their fate. Everyone was razor-focused, aiming and firing with deadly precision. In a flash, gunfire echoed across the sky and boars dropped like flies scattered across the land. It was the inescapable fate of these invasive creatures that had plagued the area for too long. One boar after another fell, so many we lost count. But no matter how many we took down, it felt like a drop in the ocean compared to their explosive breeding rate. Help us out with a like and subscribe to support our channel. Goodbye and see you in the next video. Cougars, a prominent wild animal known for their strength and sophisticated hunting skills, are increasingly present in suburban areas, particularly in the western provinces of Canada. This rise has sparked significant concern among local residents as cougars not only pose a threat to human safety but also cause substantial damage to agriculture, especially to livestock. Leave comment number 1 to learn more about this dangerous animal. Species such as goat, sheep, and poultry are common victims of cougar attacks. There have been numerous instances of cougars invading barns, causing significant financial losses for farmers and even reducing the productivity of farms. Since 2000, Canadian authorities have recorded approximately 42 cougar attacks, a significant number for a species typically found far from urban areas. These incidents not only cause property damage but also heighten concerns about community safety, particularly in sparsely populated regions. Despite their striking appearance and agility, these cougars are becoming a serious issue for residents living in rural areas. To address the rising leopard population, the government has implemented various measures to control their numbers, particularly in densely populated areas and regions where leopards pose significant threats to humans and property. Initially, priority was given to humane methods to minimize negative impacts on wildlife. One common approach is organizing operations to capture leopards using nets and relocate them to forests or wildlife sanctuaries where they can live naturally without disrupting human activities. However, despite these methods being considered humane and protective of wildlife, they have proven ineffective in controlling the leopard population. Authorities have noted that relocating leopards does not significantly reduce their numbers in high-risk areas. In fact, many relocated leopards return to residential areas after some time, leading to repeated attacks and property damage.
Oh my God! Guys, it's literally like a freaking lion. Whoa!
This has led to the need for stronger, more effective long-term alternatives. The government began shifting toward harsher measures to address the threat posed by these animals, especially as the leopard population continued to grow and became a serious issue for communities in suburban and rural areas. The use of firearms and more efficient population control methods have emerged as viable solutions, but this raises questions about balancing public safety with wildlife conservation. As a result, the government has shifted to using firearms for leopard population control. This change reflects not only the urgency of the situation, but also the need to balance public safety with wildlife management. Authorities are now working to reduce the risk of leopard attacks while addressing the complex ecological impacts of their presence. This includes protecting natural ecosystems and ensuring that other wildlife species are not adversely affected by the reduction in leopard numbers. To hunt leopards effectively and safely, hunters need thorough preparation not only in terms of equipment, but also strategy. Choosing a rifle with a sufficiently large caliber is crucial, Firearms like the Remington 308 or .375 H&H are popular choices for leopard hunting as they are powerful enough to ensure a precise and effective shot, minimizing the animal's suffering and maximizing the likelihood of a successful kill. In addition to selecting the right firearm, hunters must also prepare adequate protective gear. A sturdy set of protective clothing, including a reinforced jacket, heavy-duty pants, and safety boots, is essential to safeguard against dangerous situations during the hunt. This equipment not only protects hunters from hazards in the wild, but also helps them stay focused on the task of hunting safely. Would you like to join this dangerous hunt? If yes, leave the number 2. If no, leave the number 5. Besides preparing equipment, an equally critical factor is the baiting strategy. Leopards, with their particular preference for deer meat, provide hunters with an opportunity to strategize their approach and shooting position. Hunters can place bait in areas frequently visited by leopards, such as dense forests or near water sources. This is an effective method to lure leopards into shooting range, as they are less vigilant and more easily drawn to a prepared location when focused on hunting prey. Choosing the right type of bait and placing it in an optimal position increases the chances of a successful hunt while minimizing the risks of inaccurate shooting. The ideal time to hunt a leopard is when it is focused on eating bait, as its attention to its surroundings decreases. At this moment, the hunter can seize the opportunity to take a precise shot. Aiming accurately at vital areas of the leopard's body, such as the shoulder or neck, is crucial to ending the hunt quickly and humanely. Hunters must maintain respect for the animal throughout the process, ensuring all actions adhere to ethical and safety principles. Ultimately, leopard hunting must be conducted responsibly and in accordance with strict regulations. Reducing the leopard population in densely populated areas can help mitigate human-wildlife conflicts, protecting property and ensuring the safety of local communities. However, tight control is necessary to prevent overhunting, which could lead to population decline and disrupt ecological balance. Therefore, using accurate data and regularly assessing leopard populations is essential to ensure that hunting does not harm the species or destabilize the natural ecosystem. The use of firearms to hunt leopards is not only aimed at reducing threats, but also at managing their population to minimize human-wildlife conflicts. Controlling leopard numbers in densely populated areas can help reduce attacks and protect farmers' property. However, overhunting can lead to serious environmental consequences. If the leopard population declines excessively, it may cause ecological imbalances and affect other wildlife species. Therefore, strict management based on scientific data and sustainable hunting regulations is essential to ensure that hunting does not jeopardize the leopard population survival or disrupt ecosystem stability. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please support our channel with a like and subscribe. Goodbye and see you in the next video.